Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Slightly late. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. It's 8:05 on a Sunday, making a crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Got us feeling all right. Now John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets my drinks for free, and he's quick with a joke, or he'll light up his smoke. But there's some place that he'd rather be. He said, John, I believe this is killing me, as the smile ran away from his face. I know I could be a big movie star if I could get out of this place. La la la, la la la, la la la, la la la, la la. Song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling all right. Arriving early at this point, there's a pretty good crowd.
That nearly caught me by surprise.
Yeah, it did. So all of you put any money in. Well, we were going up late, therefore we've got no time, so we've got to move on. There's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday.
Yay!
And the manager, she gives me a long-haired smile. Do you know what I'm loving? I have to say, I've got to. I wouldn't normally comment on this at this point because it's not my style, as you know. But
yeah, right.
I have to say, I'm loving the woman, the older woman with curly hair. I love that look. It is. I went into somewhere the other day, and somebody they introduced me. I said, "This is my wife." She said, "What? Her?" And they went, "But she's so young." And I said, "What are you implying?" They said, "Well, you're old and ugly, and your wife is so good-looking and gorgeous." And I think actually, if we could just have some hearts at this point, those of you who are in there, let's see some hearts and say yes, absolutely, Sue. Show a bit of love to Sue because
she needs it.
She needs it. She gets a lot of abuse from me.
Way too much.
That's a pretty good crowd for a Sunday. And the manager, she gives me a smile. Because she knows that it's me. All with the hair and everything. that they've been coming to see. To forget about the life.
For a while.
And life can be so cruel, it can be sometimes. But we're here to make you smile.
Thank you, thank you.
As we always have done. Yeah, all right. Have they given you hearts?
Yeah, lots of hearts. Thank you, everyone.
For a while. And the piano sounds like a carnival. And the microphone, it smells like a beer. And they sit in the bar and put bread in my jar. I say, man, what are you doing here? Sing now. La la la, la la la. Come all the way all around the country. La la la, la la la, la la. Facebook, YouTube, whatever you like. Come on and sing us a song. You're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. Well, good evening, everybody, and as the aged piano, 130 years old, Steinway, dies away, and it's looking a whole lot better than I am, and we welcome you to another evening.
Good evening.
Of JV and Sue from the Steinway Room. Here in Guildford in Surrey, broadcasting around the world and to parts of Balham. And we
apologise for going up a bit late. It was just a few technical issues, but thank you for your patience and for being there.
Thank you to Rachel, who got us up
Rachel,
eventually.
who worked so hard to get us there. So.
And it's an interesting show tonight because we've got various bits and pieces happening. And it's just going to be a community show because we've got so many guests appearing over the next few months. Now, I'm going to say this 3 times at least tonight. There will not be a show next week.
Yeah.
Okay, we are away. We are going away, and we're not going to be there next week. We are there the week after. That's the 17th, I believe it is. Is that correct?
Yes.
17th. The 17th. So when you're watching this again, just pick it up. Do not ask me. I thought there was a show with ask me. I thought
No, we're away next week. The one after is when we are having a show.
Oh, we are having a show. And a very special guest, a world-famous guitarist, songwriter, played with everybody from Jimi Hendrix to Cliff Richard to Elton John to Billy Joel to Jerry Rafferty. His album, the album that he's playing right now, which he's just played on nearly all of the tracks, by posthumously put out for Jerry Rafferty, who was the writer of Baker Street. Down, 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 down. Great singer, British singer, and he has just been the main guitarist on that one, and that's #1 in the Americana charts in the UK as we speak. So this guy is coming in and he's doing a session with me, and I'm going to sing a song that you'll remember from Lockdown Sessions 2 a bit later on, just to give a bit of warm-up, and he's going to sing that with me and a couple of others. Over the years he's been playing on my albums, and we are really privileged to have Bryn Howarth come in and eat our baked potato when we do it for him. That's what he's asked for, a baked potato. And so he's going to sit over there where Sue and Audi so beautifully sung a B-flat last week for... Did anybody want to hear me do Bohemian Rhapsody again? Would you like me...
No.
Is this the real life?
No.
Is this just fantasy?
No, definitely
Caught
not.
in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. Well, we want to stop that, yeah.
We need to stop that. We've got too much to do for you to muck around with that.
Here we got a lovely thing. Now, this one, I'm going to sing this song. I don't know why we didn't do this before, but we sung this song.
Can I make a dedication?
You
for
can.
This one? I want to make a dedication for this one.
Hurry up
because Arthur David arrived this week. Arthur David, and this is Carolyn Varco's grandchild. So Carolyn has become a grandmother. So congratulations, Carolyn. Congratulations to the family, and welcome to the world, Arthur David, and it is a beautiful world. It is a wonderful world. And this song is sung to you by Jonathan.
Wait a minute. Now this here is a chromatic harmonica. I want you to watch this
and Chris,
very carefully.
You asked if he could play anything else apart from Piano Man.
This is what I play.
This is what he does.
Very difficult instrument. I learned this. I want you to watch very carefully. Do not go off and have a cup of tea. I want you to watch me when I play the solo, because I want you to see how incredibly talented I really am. Okay? Watch carefully during the solo. Don't take your eyes off me. Here you go. Here we go. I see trees of green and red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. When I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Right, watch closely, here you go. Colors of the rainbow. I'm not that talented. So pretty in the sky are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love and you. Well, I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, that's all I got. What a wonderful world.
You old fraud.
Oh, yes. We have to look hard sometimes. The difficulties. What a week we've all had. No petrol. People fighting. Putting petrol in black plastic bags. Idiots fighting on forecourts. You scrape past something, you see horror, but you also see when a baby's born, you see the potential, you see the life, and you see kindness and things happening, which actually say it is a wonderful Now that was from an album called Pilgrim, and we did that on BBC Radio, and we did it on Friday night as music night. The whole band came, Mark and Phil and the whole team came down, and we had the mouth organ as well.
And I just also want to add to that dedication another little person, and this is Ben and Catherine, your little adopted boy Keegan. I know that this song is special for you, and that this little chap is now 3 years old and settling in so well, and you've had a marvellous weekend with the grandparents, so that wonderful world was also for you guys as well.
Can I just also read out something to you? I'm just going to read something to you. This is from a lovely member of the community. He's been a friend for a long time. And he's from this is from Graham Harrison, who's had a really tough time.
He's on tonight.
And he's on, and he said he would be on.
Yeah.
And he said, he didn't mind that I read this out, asked him. He said, I received my test results. He's had a really bad time with so many different tests and things going wrong. I received my test results yesterday, Friday, speaking with doctors and my consultant. It was not the news I wanted to receive. My bone marrow and hemoglobin levels are not reading right. Also, my red and white blood counts are low. This is caused by the chemotherapy and radiotherapy treatments. My doctors and consultants are talking and looking at how they can bring my blood levels back to good levels, good readings. They may remove my spleen. Now, as I understand, that is not a major, it's not pleasant.
You don't want to have it done, but if it's done, it's still feasible.
It's still fine, which would help the levels. I also have to be careful I don't catch COVID or any other infections due to my immune system. I'm still praying for positive for the future, knowing God is in control of my life. Hope you and Sue are keeping well. And you managed your first concert for a while, hopefully not Toad, but it was another great evening last Sunday, and paid my crowdfunding for the new Christmas Time CD. Blessed to you, and Graham, we send you our fondest love. You were at Spring Harvest for years, used to look after us in the long queues that there were afterwards and during, and used to go and get people used to put 200 seats out, and they said, no, you used to go in there and say, you're going to need at least 1,000. And get them right, and we value you, and over this time we hope that we have been this community has been a support. So I encourage everybody to write to Graham and to send your best wishes, your prayers, and anything that if it can be of practical help to Graham, then ask him if there's something you can do. You never know, there may be something you can help him with that may be of use. There's a song that I want to do for, which is Go to the Rock, which was actually for P and Rachel. They asked for this.
Yes, this is P and Rachel have been travelling up to the Lake District and back again.
Unbelievable.
And in the car, I believe, or on their travels, they've been listening to travelling songs, which
fantastic.
I've always recommended to people if you're in the car or whatever, but I also heard someone say this week that they listen to it whilst they're running, and it's just the right length of time to go out running.
To do 5K.
So,
so if you want to do 5K.
Yes. I'm not going to test that one, but there we are.
There are two people we met the other day, and they're lovely people, and really a pleasant afternoon spent with them, and have a lovely time running. That you know who you are, and it was a pleasant time meeting you. And this one, on the backing track, we've never done it before. I used to do it on tour.
Can I also say, Linda, let's say that this one is for your two grandchildren.
Oh, yes.
So you've got a very expensive weekend this weekend as a grandmother, haven't you?
Was it
It was Abby's for tomorrow, and it's Struan today. So I think he's 10 today. Okay. Abby's 18 tomorrow. So happy birthday.
Let's have it. Let's have the track. On you go. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Used to do this when we were on tour with the boys, with Mark and the band. We went all over the country doing this. It was the first song we sung. First song on Travelling Songs, the album. I recommend you get this one. Get it in. We've got loads of them in the shed. £8, that's all they cost. You can have this on your CD player. And it goes like this. Where do I go when there's nobody else to turn to? Who do I talk to when nobody wants to listen? Who do I lean on when there's no foundation stable? I go to the rock. I know he is able. I go to the rock. I go to the rock for my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain, and the mountain stands by me. When all the earth around me is sinking sand, on Christ the solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, I go to the rock. Is it all right? Good. Are you enjoying this, P and Rachel? This is a hard song to sing for me. Where do I go? Oh, when the storms of life are threatening, who do I turn to? When those winds of sorrow blow, is there a refuge? In the time of tribulation, I go to the rock. I know He's able. I go to the rock. I go to the rock for my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain, and the mountain stands by me. When all the earth around me is sinking sand, on Christ the solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, I go to the rock. Where do I go when I need a shelter? When I need a shelter, where do I go when I need a shelter? When I need a shelter, well, I go to the rock for my salvation. I go to the stone that the builders rejected. I run to the mountain, and the mountain stands by me. When all the earth around me is sinking sand, on Christ the solid rock I stand. When I need a shelter, I'll be backing vocals left and Sue. When I need a shelter, when I need a shelter, I go to the rock. Ooh. When I need a shelter, boom, boom, boom. Ooh. I go to the rock. I say, where do I go? Now, Mark, little solo here.
Oh, the lovely Mark.
Lovely Mark. Oh, you do play that piano so well, don't you, Mark? Oh, you're so low. Oh, Mark, you make that piano sound so good. Oh, Mark, wish you'd come back and play every week. Tell you, that was fun to play, the very first song.
That was great fun.
Now we're going to have, I hope we've got loads of phone calls tonight, and we've got our great friend and
poorly old Stuart McCready.
Well, he was poorly old.
Oh, look.
Stuart McCready. Has he come in now? Let's have a look. On he comes.
Oh, look.
Oh, look. Oh, look.
Poor
Look. He's poor Stuart. Oh, Stuart. Yeah, take the... You're an idiot. Definitely. It's a miracle. I can't. You're even looking. You've got long hair. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Look, I can see your nasal hair from here. For goodness' sake.
It's the ears you need to be worried about.
Yes, they're like the Black Forest, aren't they? It's incredible. Stuart, how are you, dear boy?
Oh, full of the joys. Full of the joys, but no, not doing too badly.
I should imagine you're full of birthday cake, aren't you?
Oh, don't. It was horrendous.
How many children were there? How many in this party?
I think there was about 12 2 to 5-year-olds.
How many?
Yeah, it was my granddaughter's second birthday party delayed by 3 weeks because
oh my goodness,
her mum's had COVID as well, and then we couldn't get there. So it's been fun and games.
How are you feeling now, dear boy? You've been 2 weeks. You were 2 weeks in, weren't you, more or less?
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't nice. We had because Jill tested positive on the PCR as well, and we had.
How was she? How was she?
She's a beast. I mean, she just keeps going. You know, we had 2 days really where we were not well at all.
Yes.
So nearly as bad as proper flu. Forget the man flu thing, but nearly as bad as proper flu.
Yeah.
But
temperature, the whole thing.
Yeah. So it was awful, and I mean, I'm still shattered. We got released into the open world again on Thursday morning, So I've been back at work since then. But just get breathless. It's nothing to do with being 60. But
although that doesn't help, does it? Be honest.
It doesn't help as well. You're right. But it was. If that's the worst that we're going to have, then we've been blessed.
Yeah.
I'm not making out that we've had it any worse than anybody else. I don't think we have by any means. But I'm just so pleased we've been double jabbed.
I think that's the story, isn't it? The story is, and I'm going to say this again and again today. The whole point about the vaccine was that you would experience it like an ordinary illness, and that you'd come out and you'd feel like you've had the flu, and the flu is not illegal. I'm just going to say this: the flu is not illegal, never was illegal, and it's not nice.
Not nice.
And actually, in certain cases, it can be dangerous. There were in 2018. I think there were 18,000 people died from flu. Let's not forget this. So the old and the compromised can, if it's gone on. Yeah. But we are very grateful for the vaccine, and we're very grateful that actually, for those who are reticent or who are being silly about it, and I'm going to say that, are going to be silly about it, this is what you get. You will get it. If you get it, you will get a few days illness, and you will have a little bit of tiredness and fatigue, but you will get over it. And so, thank the Lord for those people like the guy who came from Liverpool University and who invented the reuse of drugs to make sure that we've, 84% of us in the country now have been double jabbed. Stuart, I was just concerned, that you didn't want to go back. I think this thing about just taking easy is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I intended to sort of do bits and pieces with work, because if I'm not there, my job doesn't get done. But I just couldn't. It was just the fatigue. I said Jill, she managed to keep going with some of her Zoom calls and stuff. But I said that's because she's the machine that she is. But
well, women. Let's be honest. Women are much stronger than us. I mean, they are. They just keep going.
I wouldn't. She might be listening, so I wouldn't dare disagree.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
but no,
I have a wife.
It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice.
No. But you're getting back into Are you now? The house is opened, isn't it? Can you just explain to people who don't know what you do there. What is that beautiful vaulted ceiling that you've got behind you?
No, this is our what is it? It's Jill's office, actually.
All right, it's lovely.
Come down. But no, I run a Christian retreat house near Henley-on-Thames, Marlow area, and I've been here since January 19. And we're here for anyone and everyone, faith, no faith, any faith, just looking for some time out. And in my time here, we've been closed nearly as long as we've been open, so that was a very different journey to the one I was expecting. Yeah. But to be honest, since we opened the doors again June, July time, it's been crazy.
We're desperate to get out, to be part of it.
Well, they want to come and experience my hospitality, of course.
Yes, there is that.
But in all seriousness, people are they wanting that space. I know people have been locked away for weeks and months and over this last 2 years. But it's the intentional journey to take some time out to refocus and see what the future is going to be. And we provide that space. And it's quite.
So looking forward to coming down there. We're talking about coming down there in December, aren't we? Doing a concert down there.
Yeah.
And we're really, really desperate to come down and do that. But I think what's great is that things are starting to open up. We're starting to see that, and we're doing concerts. And it was quite interesting. So for you to encourage you, how people are inside. They started in Paynton. About half of them were distanced and masked. By the end, they got used to the idea of being back in the space, and they were talking to each other, and they felt so excited to be together. So it's a growing sense.
There's one group that we're here on Friday. It's the second time the organisers have done it, but it's been specifically for people in the High Wycombe area who haven't been out for 14 months.
Unbelievable.
And they organised the day. They brought them, and they did some. Not all of them are Christian, so they had sort of activities for the different groups, and that's the second time they've done that. So they're looking to sort of progress that as well. But and like you said, they were wary of being around other people.
Yes.
But through the course of the day, and we still have to be to a degree. You know? Yeah. I mean, we went into London 2 weeks ago, and that's where we caught it. Of all things, it was a Jamie Oliver cookery class we went to.
Oh, right. And you definitely caught it there? Definitely.
It has to be. It's the only place we've been away from here where we've been together. You know? So we're a little annoyed with ourselves about that. But no, it's been great to see the people, just on Friday there, being together again. It was a joy.
I'm going to have a vicar on later on tonight who's from further up north, and he's going to be talking about getting back to something, but we're in what would be considered a COVID-safe situation, i.e. if people want to be apart. We went to church this morning. I'll tell you a little bit about that later on, everybody. But and the church was absolutely stacked. And some had masks, some didn't. Some were more protective. Older people were generally more aware, but there were a lot of people that they respected people's space as much as they could. But they sung. People sung out loud. It was a great occasion. Yeah. And we can't wait to come down there. And we wish you all the best. If people want to get in contact with you, Stuart, about this, because I think actually in the community there might be people who might need financial help to do it. Does it cost a lot to come down to see you?
Well, it's all relative, isn't it? To stay for 24 hours is £83, which includes all your meals, ensuite bedroom, and your own space. You know?
And beautiful grounds.
And beautiful ground, yeah. I mean, the best room in the house is the gardens. You know.
Yes. And you cutting the grass. I've seen that.
Yeah, I haven't been out there. It's a little long at the moment, and with the rain we've got, it's going to take me a while to get back to it. But and I mean, people can come just for a few hours during the day, and that's £20-30 if you want lunch as well.
Well, that's great, isn't it? It's a kind of retreat. Get in the car, have a night away if you can afford that, and if you can't, contact me directly, and we'll see what we can do. If you really need that space, then contact us, and we'll get onto YGAF and we'll talk about it.
I mean, I have got access to a couple of bursaries as well. One is for NHS staff and care workers, where 50% of their fee. That's still going till the new year, I think.
Because that would be 40 quid a night then, about 40 quid a night.
In effect, yeah.
Yes. Well, that's not that for that quality. Anyway, look, I'm going to move on. I just wanted to say that you've been such a valuable member in this community, and that we really felt for you. And I'm sorry I couldn't do more, and I can't wait to come and see you in the place in situ, and we will do that. But
I mean, I appreciate that, and thanks for the messages you sent me. I'm not going to promise that the bad jokes aren't going to continue.
Oh, shame.
No. Yeah, well, the bad jokes will continue.
They may reduce, because I have actually got some work to do.
Yes, go back to work, but do it slowly. Bless you, my son. Speak to you soon.
Thank you, Stuart, lovey.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jude. Bye. So, now, what's it called so that people can know that?
St Catherine's.
St Catherine's.
Parmore.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's in Henley-on-Thames. And if you want more details, you can find them on the information page at the end of the evening, and I'm sure that Claire will put that on. Now, can we have a little song called "Moments" before we? And I think this one.
This is a beautiful song, and we are going to sing this for a lovely lady who's been part of this community probably since the beginning. And Cindy, you were 60 yesterday. And some of your friends.
Yes, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cindy. Happy birthday to you.
And some friends contacted us and said it would be lovely to have something for you. So we've chosen this song for you tonight. And we just want to say happy birthday. And, life after 60 is okay, actually.
And Sue should know, because
I've been there longer
12
than
years
most.
ago, that happened to her. Here we go. These are the moments that we love so well. Precious moments caught within a spell. All too soon our lives, they fade away. These are the moments that we wish would stay. And if I had my life to live again, I would choose to be with you, my friend. Time moves slowly and it goes so fast, and who knows how long the days will last. So cherish deep within you the love you get today. Let the moment linger, for tomorrow steals that away. Tomorrow steals that away. First time ever, Susan's going to sing a song with me now. Next time, it will be with Bryn himself. These are the memories that we made so well. Lies like stories that we long to tell. When we're old with not too much to say, we'll have the memories that we made today. We'll have the memories that we made today.
Happy birthday, Cindy.
And can I say, it's very much about this community. It's why we didn't decide to have big stars on tonight, but just you and I and everybody else. Just
together
for
in our
me,
front
yeah.
room.
And it's about that community. These are the moments. And people have been writing in and saying, and Ruth Shelsher, who'll be watching this actually later, she's got a community choir meeting tonight. And a lot of you have gone, you're seeing this a week, day after or 2 days afterwards because you've got church now. And you're going off to something else in the Sunday evenings. If it's not church, then you're going off to, if you're in New Zealand or in Australia, you're going off for hello to Lucas and Chrissy, and you're not necessarily watching it live anymore. But we love the community, and we don't want to lose this. And it's a very special lot of people. Somebody wrote, and I'm going to look for it because it made perfect sense to me. And it was written by our own Mabasso. Who is it? I'm just give me a moment, and I'll see if I can find it. And it's Teki Janada. It was just about kindness, basically. Oh, here we are. Here it is. And it says, and it was Lisa Ashton, our dear friend and friend of the community and friend to people. And she just wrote, always leave people better than you found them. Hug the hurt, kiss the broken, befriend the lost, and love the lonely. And that's by Terry Hershey.
Lovely.
And I just want you to get that. This is what this community is about. Always leave people better than when you found them. Hug the hurt, kiss the broken, befriend the lost, love the lonely. And it's been the byword. We've got so many people on tonight. I just want to talk a little bit. After this, we're going to talk to our dear friends Judy and Chris. But before we do, let's just talk a little bit about the Christmas thing.
Oh, yes.
Because,
what
Sue,
an exciting week
it's been.
We've had. As you know, we are doing a crowdfunding for the Christmas album. And trusting that we will get the money through, we've actually started the process because we need to get the tracks done.
It's Jill.
It's Jill after this, yes.
Not
yes.
Judy and Chris.
And
so everything's slightly behind.
So, sorry, Jill. Slight panic attack there. So yes, we started doing the recording this week. So Jonathan potted off into the studio with the lovely Mark and
all these other wonderful musicians. You're just going to love it.
Yeah, just did some fantastic starting off of the recording of the tracks.
Little drummer boy.
Yes.
They told me it's beautiful with a T1 brass.
I have to say, some of them are just going to be flipping fantastic. I mean, they're just wonderful. And as ever, it's going to be a great Christmas CD of Christmas songs.
So, for example,
Christmas, we're going to sing one.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more, and through the years we all will be together if the fates allow. Shine a shining star upon the highest and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
And who does not want to be able to play Jonathan singing these songs over the Christmas period? Now, as far as the crowdfunding is concerned, you will remember from last week, those of you who were watching, that actually there are just 3 levels this time. And you will want to pre-order this CD, and that's simply all you're doing with the first pledge, which is £15. So that will get you the Jonathan Vieira Christmas CD in your hot little hand. And so just pledge £15 or more, and that's it, you get the Christmas CD. If you go to the next level, it's the very exciting choir. So for £50, you can be part of the virtual choir, which is wonderful. And then again, there will be a film of everyone singing.
Adore, come let us adore. Oh, come let us adore Him, the Lord. Worship Christ, the Lord. Join me. Did all that is within us adore. And that's what you're going to be singing.
Yep.
That chorus a few times, and plus the little bit.
Yep.
It's equivalent of a come all ye faithful. And those who aren't clear on that, if you're worried about being too spiritual, well, you should sing "O Come All You Faithful."
Yeah.
You don't have to be
join
a Christian
us.
to sing
Join
it.
us.
Just join us.
It's going to be great fun. We'd love to have you with us. And the last tier is £350, and for that you can dedicate a song to someone, to a loved one, in the memory of someone, whatever. And on the album, you will have a little sort of dedication written out
above the track.
Above the track, just so that it goes with the track
How many
itself.
of those have we sold? 5?
5, I think, so far. So still a few of those left, but Oh yes, also exciting. So that's what it's going to look like. Just a wonderful picture of Jonathan with some baubles.
Designed by our own beautiful Claire.
Wonderful design by Claire. So we're delighted that this is all happening. So with the choir, one thing I would just say is that if you are hoping to join the choir, you're thinking of joining the choir, then you will need to let us know as soon as possible. Because we are going to be sending it out to people soon, because we need to get this all done by the end of this month. So please, if you are thinking about it, let us know. If you haven't got the money to be funding it just yet, then just let us know.
Let us know that you're intending to do it.
Yeah.
We'd love to have at least 100 people doing this, and that would be a great help. That's what we want to do. There it is. Want to get involved? You see at the bottom of your screen, pledge here. You just go and put it on JV. What is it? UK.
jvlive.uk/TLS3 crowdfunding. The lockdown session.
And so far, chaps, as of right now, we have £7,008.
Wow,
It's gone over
we've
the
broken
7,000.
Fantastic.
Now,
Brilliant.
we want you to know that we have to get all of the 10,000 if we're going to do it. Remember that they take your
money.
money.
We are doing it.
We're doing it now. So
well, I said we're
somehow
doing it,
I'm going to have to
trusting
fund
that
it
we're going to get the
somehow,
money. Sell your body, darling.
to get it. And so 7,008. We've got until the end of the month to raise it. Tell your friends, tell your family if they'd like to help to do that. £15, £50, or £350. Those three are the tiers you can do. We're going to leave that, and at the end of the programme, at 10 o'clock, we'll tell you if we're the same amount, that's great. And if you cannot afford it, please just leave it. Don't do what you cannot afford.
Please.
That
Do
is
not
the
push
last
yourself.
thing we're going to do.
No, exactly.
And for many of you, you're stretched anyway. Just to also tell you that YGAF, I contacted Adrian today to find out what we'd raised so far, and I think from this YGAF day we've managed to raise around about £1,400, people. You have raised £1,400. People's kindness, generosity. For Chloe, we're going to sing you a song a bit later on. You did a sponsored sing and raised £55, which is really fantastic, Chloe Hill. And we're going to sing you a song a bit later in the show. Now we're going to go straight to Jill, because I just want a bit more of community, wonderful involvement. And this is Jill Hedgecock, BEM, and that's she got the wonderful award for all her wonderful service over decades and decades in so many ways in the community. So here she is, Jill. A big round of applause for Jill Hedgecock. Here she is. And look, Hill, you're looking great. I know that you're in the middle. Before we talk, you've got to go and do BBC Radio London. You're doing the interview with them. What is it? Who is it with?
BBC London tomorrow.
BBC London. There we are.
BBC Radio London.
Radio London. BBC Radio London. I know them well, and it's a great. You're a bit of a. I know you like this term, but you're a bit of a local celebrity, aren't you? Really, but Jill, I know you don't think of yourself as that, but other people do. You're a good woman. You've done so much for local communities. What were you mainly involved in over the year? What did you get that award for, first of all?
For services to girl guiding for 47 years, and the Clapham Park community, where I helped with the local food bank, and Can
we see a picture of you receiving your award? Have we got that? Have we got that up? I hope we have. Let's have it up.
Yeah, we're going to have a look and see if we have.
We have. Here we go. It's just coming up now.
There she is. Dressed in her gear.
Oh my goodness. It's fantastic. It must have been a proud moment for you, Jill.
Yeah, and what was really nice was to see all the other people there collecting their awards from all around London. So many different people like the local man from Tesco's, people for charities, and it was just awesome to hear their stories. And it's a great day, followed by afternoon tea.
Always good.
Always good having the afternoon tea. That's great. And now, what have we got in terms of? There's another thing that you just recently won the local press for. Have we got a picture of that? Can we just?
No, that's her medal.
That's the medal.
That's
my
medal.
word! That looks lovely,
That's
doesn't
really
it?
quite substantial, isn't it, Jill? That's great.
Do you think you'll ever
I'm
wear
not
it,
wearing
Jill?
it.
Oh, you're not. Right. What? You're too embarrassed? You shouldn't.
Not
be.
embarrassed, but
No. Okay, I get it. You put it on display. So tell us a little bit about this other thing that we saw you on Facebook. Picture of you directing traffic. What were you doing? Bring the picture off and let's see Jill again. Let's see.
That's lovely.
That's lovely. What were you doing?
Well, it really started the previous Tuesday when I was driving home from Brownings. I thought I should get petrol because it went into the red light, and I got home and I hadn't got it. So Friday, when the announced about the petrol, I'm thinking I should have got petrol. And so I just thought, well, it's up to God when I'm going to get this petrol now, because it's out of my hands and it's going to be in his time. You know, if I need it, he'll provide it. So on the Saturday, I sort of woke up at 2:00. There was a helicopter going. I'm thinking, this is the time to go. No, it wasn't God's time. So all over the weekend, it was bedlam out there. People trying to jump queues. Police were involved, bibbing their hooters. And it was like, we've got small children, people with pets and all sorts. And it just wasn't right. So Tuesday morning, I woke up at 5:00. Couldn't get back off to sleep. And I looked over and there was cars parked on the forecourt, but it wasn't open. So I walked over and they said, we're just going to open. So I went across there and got my petrol. I only got £10. I got what I needed, not what I wanted. And I was just so thankful to that I'd got the petrol. And the staff it's just so brilliant. You know, they've helped us through lockdown and what have you. And I said, look, I'm going to go and park my car. Do you want me to come back and help with the traffic? 5 hours later, Ballum and Tipton Newsy came over, interviewed me, and basically Facebook, Instagram, everything were just sort of like went wild, you know. Yeah. And could I do Good Morning TV? I'm like, no. And what it was just as people were approaching the forecourt, they were just so happy that they were getting petrol. You were hearing stories that there were people that were working at the hospital, and you know, it was just wonderful just to hear the stories and how grateful they were. We did have a few that were negative, you know, and did swear at you, but hey, you know, that's what it is. And this is really what it is, you know, with the things we're going through at the moment. It is the community that is going to bring us together, you know.
Well, you said that struck me. You said it was something that the JV the community should do, and they do for each other. They do. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what people, you know, should do, and this is what the JV community do for each other here, you know. And
I agree. I think that's what struck me, Jill, and that's what I wanted to do, is just say thank you for getting up. And often people say, what can I do? You do what's in front of you, don't you? You just do what is necessary to do. Is that how you approach it? You're
proactive rather than reactive. You see the needs, and if you can, just go for it. Blow the consequences. Yeah. And apparently it's illegal to direct traffic.
Well, it's all right. You had your high-vis jacket on.
You've got a high-vis jacket, and I'd do everything. I'd do everything that you told me to do, Jill. That would be it. Okay. There's no way I'd disagree. Jill, we're going to move on.
Thank you, Jill.
I just wanted to say
done.
thank you, and we'll try and listen to you on Radio London. Okay.
Well
Tell
done,
the story.
darling.
At least you won't have to look at me.
Oh, stop it! You look great. Love your hair. God bless you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye. This song is for Tristan and Amanda. You've had a bit of a tough time. You've been applying for jobs. They're not quite getting through at this point. So Chloe just wanted you to have this song to just encourage you.
Here's life in all its mystery, the beauty and the tragedy, the silence and the symphony, and everything between. And deep inside the heart of man, the need to know and understand. Oh, is he a part of some great plan, or just a passing dream? Philosophers philosophize, but rarely look you in the eyes. And politics is compromise that rides the ebb and flow. Money talks and fashion screams to fill the space inside your dreams. If you want something to believe, I'll tell you what I know. My maker is my savior, my creator is also my friend, and to find him and his favor, he's all that matters in the end. The spirit of the age decrees we may not speak in certainties, but that's what Jesus is to me, the bedrock of my soul. A Savior who can really save, a power stronger than the grave, the greatest gift I'll ever have, the deepest joy I know. My Maker is my Savior, my Creator is also my friend, is also my friend, and to find him and his favor, he's all that matters, he's all that matters, he's all that matters. In the end. And we go straight to our lovely people who need a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of joy in their lives, and they always bring joy to ours whenever we have them on. It's Judy and Chris. Judy and Chris, are you there?
Thank you for playing my song, David.
Well, there you are. You see, how did I know? It was for you. Hello, Judy. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
How are you, dear boy?
How are you, dear boy?
I'm feeling okay.
Yeah, you just
I'm
you're a bit wheezy tonight, aren't you, love?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you need to do, Mother, is rub him down with Vicks. That's what you need to do. Every night.
Yeah.
What a
We've
pleasure.
Got Vicks, we've got Olbus oil, we've got the works.
I've often asked Sue to do that. She just says, "No, I'm not doing that. You can do it yourself." That's what she says to me. So don't laugh, Chris. It's not funny. It's really hard. I mean,
my husband used to want me to rub his chest, but he had the hairiest chest in town. So
he was a little hirsute, was he?
It was just a little bit, but I loved it.
Yes. You know, when you came on last time, you talked about, and Chris, you talked about when you lost your dad all those years ago.
Yeah.
And the man that he was such a good man, and your mum has been looking after you and being effectively a mum and a dad to you, hasn't she?
Yes. She's my mom is really good to me, and
be careful what you say now. Chris has no inhibition.
Do you know, Chris?
We can be in church and he'll say, "You know what my mom said yesterday?" And I just quiver in my boots because I don't know what he's going to come out with.
But it's been tough for you two, hasn't it? Because you've had to stay in.
Yeah, we've not had a good time, actually. We've gone.
Tell us a bit about it. Go on, tell us.
Well, Chris has a special group called Teammates, which is a group of Williams syndrome adults who go away usually twice a year. Well, of course, we haven't been away since before the pandemic, have we? So they organized this weekend away in September, the 10th of September. So we decided we would go. And I realized that was the worst mistake I could have made, really, because the people that were there didn't understand and couldn't get through to them that just because you've been double jabbed doesn't mean you're not going to get sick or you can't pass it on. And unfortunately, we picked up COVID while we were there. So it has caused a lot of disruption. It has We've had to postpone our holiday to Belfast. We should have been going this Thursday and celebrating Canadian Thanksgiving and my birthday over with my friends over there. So it's been postponed to next May. So it's not a complete cancel. But there's other things that we should have been doing that we haven't been able to do. I haven't been out. We came home on the 13th. That was the Monday. On Wednesday, the 15th, we found out that 2 people had tested positive and we had to isolate. Now, me being me, decided, we can't go out for these 10 days. I'm going to get some jobs done. So I went and dug up some sewing and stuff that I've been wanting to do. And I thought I'll get some of this stuff done. I haven't done a blessed thing because about a day later, we started with the cold. I picked up what I thought was a cold the day before when we went to our Tai Chi class because the door was open and it was a horrendous rainy day. So I thought I was just getting a really bad head cold. And it just developed from there. We both tested positive ourselves. So I agree with Stuart McCree, something he said, only I would have said it a bit more forcefully. It's people that are out there that are saying they're not going to get their jabs for one reason or the other. Just have a look at us because we have been quite poorly and we've had both jabs. We've got positive antibody tests in our blood and we still got sick. We are recovering, but get those jabs done because I hate to think where we'd be if we hadn't had them.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? It's supposed to stop serious illness. It's not going to stop you getting ill. And,
exactly.
But I think actually at this time of the year where the temperature's changing, you're going to have normal respiratory diseases, and of course I'm vulnerable myself. Of course, I'm taking immunosuppressives, so you. But you take necessary precautions and you choose carefully what you do. Social distancing and things. When people I was signing albums and they were tempted to get too close, and I just went, I'd reach out and I'd take the thing from them rather than coming into my face and wanting, too many pictures or that kind of thing.
I think I let my guard down a bit more than I should have done because I've been really strict all along trying to keep Chris safe because of his asthma and that. And I sort of failed in that respect, but what's done is done.
Well, what's done is done. I said that to you earlier. What's done is done. Don't beat yourself up. I know it's tough because you are effectively his sole carer. And Chris really does appreciate what you do for him, don't you, Chris?
Yeah. Yes,
it really filled me with fear because I thought, what would I do if I had to go into hospital or I couldn't look after Chris?
How does Chris
look?
Yeah.
Our vicar who looked after him last year, they went to their place while I had my surgery. He's very poorly at the moment, so we're praying for him. And I thought, what on earth would I do?
Yes.
This group's my family, and you're all way down south somewhere.
Yes, that's right. That is right, and we can't just pop up. No, we can't. No. But I think actually what we do in this community is we put the balloon up, Judy. We put the balloon up, and and we say, and Chris, you can help your mum as much as you can help her. Okay, you're part of the community as well. You help her where you can help her. All right, and I think actually, even though you've got a wheezy cough. You can still do things for her that would help her and make your mum feel valued and make her feel good about herself because she needs to feel that too.
He's been absolutely brilliant, to be honest. He's helped with meals and he's made cups of tea. Look, we're doing it now.
Well done.
That's what we like.
I always like making doing things with my mom. I always like doing cooking, and I like to help to stir things around.
We haven't been doing much cooking. I must admit, I don't know about anybody else. I was really sick physically, as in I couldn't eat. I just could not eat. The nausea was just like I've never had. And I'm only just slowly getting around to eating small meals now, but they're like softer meals. And I've even ordered in some of these, Wiltshire foods. I don't want to do an
very
advert,
wise.
Very good decision.
So they're coming into the freezer tomorrow so that I don't have to do any cooking.
Judy, do you need any help financially at the moment?
No, we don't.
You sure?
We're absolutely sure. Actually,
but you must ask if you need anything.
We've been very blessed.
We are here for you.
God has really blessed us over the last couple of years. I'm financially better now than I have been in a very long time. But you'll be sorry because we've actually paid our fee to be in the choir, but
now that's
Yay,
right. That is
brilliant
that is a
news.
frightening thought. Chris
it
in the
is,
choir.
because
I don't
once
even
you
know
hear
what to
him
think.
sing,
Chris.
you'll not even do the song.
Brilliant. I've
I'll
got a
try
question.
not to sing. I will try not to sing loud. It's when
Chris, to have you both will be on. Listen,
Yeah.
Sue wants to ask a
I've
question.
just got a quick question. Chris, did you enjoy Jonathan playing the harmonica in Wonderful World?
Oh, do you know something?
Just look
Go
at
on.
the messenger later. I took 4 photos and sent them to you.
All right.
He absolutely loved it. The look on his face was his mouth was wide open. He was just
Oh, bless him.
Yes. I was really surprised because I wanted him to play with his
harmonica.
harmonica. I know you did. I know you do your first song, the Piano Man,
Yes.
with your
But
harmonica.
you didn't tell him that you got a harmonica.
I got 2 actually.
Stop it. Nobody likes a show off.
I got 2 harmonicas, and
Fantastic.
and the reason why I was asking you if you do any other songs with harmonica, because when I see you doing your first song with your harmonica, I thought, does he do any other songs with
Yeah, no,
his
you've been pestering
harmonica?
him to do something. So that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Brilliant.
And when you did that that wonderful
What a
Wonderful World.
Wonderful World, I was really surprised.
Yeah. So you
And
really-
happy, I hope.
You really perked him up tonight, JV.
Excellent. Look,
Good.
that's what
Yeah.
we're going to move on. We are going to move on, but we want you to know the community sends you
Lots and lots and
lots
lots
of love, and people, you keep sticking with us, and we will stick with you. We're not about to abandon you. And
you very much.
and as soon as you can get out to a show, I'll be so glad to have you in my audience. Okay.
Well, you just watch this space. I'm not saying anything else.
Okay. We will watch this space, and we'll see you very soon. All right. And just
You
love
will.
to you both, to Chris and to Judy. Still, we thank you for being part of this community. And bless you. Can't wait for you to be on the choir.
Thank you to everyone in the community. You
Thank
really,
you
really
very
helped.
much for everybody in the community. I really enjoyed seeing the community, and I really enjoyed doing the quiz.
Oh, that was great, wasn't it?
Great
Good.
fun.
Wow, that was good. Yeah.
That was really
Bohemian
good.
Rhapsody. Well, maybe not, JV.
Yeah, all right, calm down. Everybody's a critic, aren't they? I mean, I told you I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. But I have to say, I thought Sue Rinaldi's top B flat was the best I've ever heard. So she's now suggesting that she does a whole album of things like that. We do a Queen tribute. Listen, I've got to get off. I've got one other person to talk to. Bless you both. Have a good night. And thank you for coming on and being
Love
part
you
of it.
guys.
Yeah,
See you
love
soon.
You too.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love these people. See, that's what this community is about. It's about
Yeah.
having people in.
I agree.
That, you know. Anyway,
Oh,
just a closer walk.
okay.
Oh,
This is for Chloe. Chloe, I know that you love this song, and we want to say well done. I think you said that you're up to £70 now.
£70.
Sponsorship,
Well
which
done.
Is amazing.
Well
so
done.
Thank you. And
thank you for the work that you've done for
yeah.
YGAF,
Yes,
helping
brilliant.
people who are in need. There are people who've been, we've tried to target, and we will be targeting in the next few days. But this is wonderful, and this is, along with, instead of Sue Rinaldi, who sung it last week, who I recorded it with, it's the lovely Sue Vera, who's going to be singing it with us. Thank you very much. Don't you love the fact that Rachel
I think
is
she's
so
amazing.
brilliant? She's straight on the number. I mean, it's so wonderful. Thank you for the tech team, for Claire, Rachel, and Ben. You are just unbelievable. I'm weak, thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Oh, let me walk with thee. Sing for us now, Sue. You ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Through this world of toils and snares.
Lovely.
If I falter, Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden shares? None but thee, dear Lord.
Sing it with us if you know it. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. The marvel that is Mark. Oh, Mark, you are so wonderful. Here we go. I put the beat. When my field of life is old and time for me will be no more, guide me gently, safely home to thy shore, to thy kingdom shore. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord. Oh, just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord. Sing with me now, come on. I'm just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus, this my plea. I'm daily walking close with thee. Let it be, dear Lord. Let it be. Written by the lovely Sue Rinaldi and Jonathan Vera. And that was song Let It Be, sung by, tonight, the lovely Susan Vera. And we have, as our fourth guest, somebody who's been on the show before. I think he was on the telephone before. And we welcome him. He's literally come hot foot from church. He's, how are you, Vicar? Matt Taylor is his name. He's a friend, well, from way back when. Sue knew him when he had hair. When he didn't have nasal hair.
I don't have it very long.
It didn't, did it? You were pretty bald fairly quickly. I
think. It all went. When I met my wife, it all disappeared.
I know that feeling. I found mine. I don't know whether this is true. I found mine pretty much. I woke up one morning and found it like a little rug on the side of my pillow. There it was. There it was gone. But what is it? Grass doesn't grow on a busy street, does it, Matt?
Absolutely.
So, how are you, dear boy?
I'm doing very well. It's good to hear you sing that song. As you know, you allowed Sandra the use of that song for a gospel choir.
Yeah.
And it went very well. So thank you very much again for that.
Did I?
Apart from the fact that every time we've used the backing track, we get stopped on Facebook.
You don't? Oh, really? Oh, of course you're not. Oh, they call it not white line. What was it called? I had to pay. I'm whitelisted. Thank you, Rachel. We've been whitelisted for all the stuff that we've done, but we had to pay to be whitelisted for my material because we got stopped as well. All my own material, Facebook would say you can't play that. That belongs to Jonathan Vera. I am Jonathan Vera. Would you please?
They've stopped doing it now because I keep writing. The person who wrote this has allowed me to use it, and they kind of gave up.
Full permission. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Matt, you've been one of those people. When I was on and we talked, and other vicars had been talking about how difficult and closing churches were. You came out and it was very good. I think it was your dear wife, Sandra, who said to me, well, actually, excuse me, but when I was moaning and complaining about churches being closed, she said, my husband has been working himself silly trying to keep everything going. And you then said, in our diocese, there seems to be a different flavour. We were very, very much active. So tell us a bit about what you've been doing over this period. And you rushed from the church service pretty much now, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, today it was a really good day. We had our Harvest Thanksgiving. We put both services together. We had a full church. We're fortunate because we had a relatively modern church with good ventilation.
Yes.
We had over 100 people. We had we piped in a pastor from Rwanda live into the service using the new technology that we're all using now. And you know, as you know, I'm a big fan of new technology and finding out good ways of using it.
You are.
You
know what you're talking about too.
And then used to do it partly as a career. And then Sandra, you know, with the gospel choir, they did a gospel piece, and then we had the band playing, and we followed that up with a 80 people sitting down for a meal together, very carefully done, COVID safe as it can be. All catered for. So we served them.
Hi Sandra, I know you're not coming online, but nice to see you. No, oh, there you are. Hello, darling.
Hi.
The caravan lover herself.
And so this evening we had a final part of the day, which was somebody who's never preached before, and she preached this evening, and we had a kind of a quiet, kind of acoustic kind of service, which allows me to play the guitar again, because as you know, I play the guitar.
You're a very tasty player. Your wife is an incredibly tasty singer. She really is very, very good, and you're a great guitarist.
Bless you. Maybe not Bryn Howarth, but I'm doing all right.
No. Well, hey, Bryn is Bryn. Nobody's Bryn Howarth. I mean, actually, anybody who plays alongside him, you know, they go, oh, it's Bryn. And they're all very quiet in his presence. It's very funny.
Great slide guitarist. Guitarist. I mean, if anybody wants to see any of that, don't want to do an advert, but, you know, St. Martin.
Go on, advertise.
St. Martin's Finham, our YouTube channel, you can see the service today. It's all live streamed. We've live streamed from the beginning. Very badly at first, and now using the technology, we're doing okay. We put everything together on iPhones. We don't use very £2,000 cameras. They're all iPhones on.
Really, everything is just iPhone filmed.
iPhones on cameras through a network, through a digital network, and of course, when you get a new phone come through with a better camera, you just stick it into the system.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's how it's worked for us, and it's given us opportunities to do schools work, and you know, we've done live assemblies into schools and live lessons into schools, and I've got great people here. It's not just me. It's obviously there's Sandra, there's Abby, who's our fantastic curate. I've got a great children's and families worker, a great youth worker, and they're all ready to We've got that kind of spirit. We just say, well, let's just do it. Let's just see if we can make this work. And people have been really open to that. And it's been hard. Of course it is. As I said to you last time, I lost my father in the first year of COVID. So it's been tough. But I think as a community, our faith has deepened. I think today was special because we kind of saw people back we've not seen back some for 2 years. I mean, in the diocese they've been saying, you know, I've got this area dean hat on now, which is very odd to find myself doing that. But it's been like 60% of 60% of congregations have come back, No one's really got back to full capacity, but I think today we did get back pretty close to full capacity, and we've been sending letters out to people saying, come this weekend, it's a harvest festival, etc., etc., etc. So it's a case of, you just need to go for it.
Do you find, you are, ever since I've known you, you're a very positive, can-do kind of guy. I don't know whether your wife would say that, but I'm just going to say it seemed to me that you're yes. She laughs in the face of your positivity. Well, I'm not a positive guy. I'm a glass half empty always. And so that being said, we look at the opportunities that we've got, and we went, what can we do? What can we do with an iPhone? First of all, what we could do with a MacBook Pro? What can we do with and then Rachel came in, the tech team came in, and she runs the technical department of the theatre. So she said, well, you could do this, 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 and this, and each bit you add in, and eventually it becomes something. And I don't know whether you heard that couple before, Judy and
I did, yeah.
Chris. Well, now you see, they've not been able to get out. They've been absolutely reliant on a situation like this, on a program like this. So maybe, but with you seem to always be so incredibly positive. Is that how you always are?
Yeah, I'd like to say that's the case, but I don't. Sandra's laughing.
Not always, John. Not always.
Not always, but
he's good at being positive during difficult times. Yeah.
Yeah, probably that's what it is.
What we're doing. Next Saturday we're taking a team away to go to. I don't know if you come across Kintsugi.
Yes, they have.
Hope.
Kintsugi, yeah.
I think you know the organisation quite well, and because so we're going to a seminar, and we're taking a group of people there.
The Mental Health Friendly Church Conference.
Mental Health Friendly Church Conference
in Bristol.
And we're training some people up, or beginning this process of training people up, because we're opening a coffee shop, hopefully before Christmas, and we're going to have people, there available to talk and to be alongside people, as well as obviously having a nice cup of coffee, because next year our focus is on well-being, because we think. For me personally, when I came through my crisis, and I did have a crisis, I was depressed for 2.5, 3 years. I didn't have medication, but I was depressed. And it was after the crisis. It wasn't during the crisis. So I'm aware of the fact that, people after this difficult time they've had that will struggle with their sense of well-being as things return back to normal. I know that sounds odd, but I think it's the way it's. So we're kind of preparing ourselves ready for that next year as a church community.
I love that. We're believers in that. We had the lady who's working with him now. She came on. What was it? So
Lynette.
Remind me.
Lynette and Nick.
Lynette. And we've known them for some years. And it was lovely that we'd been doing the music at a conference, and we knew them, and the Sloughs, who all had featured in the book. They came on and talked about their son recently, who committed suicide when he was 17, 16, and they're great friends. And it's this thing about well-being. It's such a. You and I, we shared depressions, and I know exactly what you're talking about. It's the shock of coming back into the whole thing about normality. We don't even know what normality looks like yet, and it's really hard to just get. It's interesting. It happened in microcosm in the first concert we did in Paignton, and the church, we didn't expect more than 70 people, and there were probably about 200 people to something like that, and they were very reticent at the beginning, and then suddenly they missed it so much, the sense of community and being together and sharing in a common thing where they were watching something happen and getting involved in it, and I was making sing and by the end of the concert there was so much a buzz about what was going on. I suspect very much like your service this morning. So, Matt, I love that positivity.
Time. We did have a great time this morning. It was a real joyful Thanksgiving occasion. It really was. And we were giving thanks for the harvest, of course, but also thanks for what God's done amongst us, even amongst difficult times during this last 18 months. Yeah.
Can I just say thank you so much for coming on? And
that's okay.
After a long day.
A difficult day, an exhausting day.
An exhausting day, yeah. A long day. And to both of you, I often see your posts and see what you're doing, and we're very encouraged by both of you. So thank you,
thank you guys
for what you're doing. Okay,
it's a pleasure.
Bless you, Sandra. And can I just say, both of you, get rid of the caravan and do something else. Right?
No, we'll buy the new one.
Yeah.
No, you're not buying a new one. Oh my word!
We'll lend it to you, John.
Oh no, you won't.
Just tell me where you're going, and I'll make sure I
Pop in for
sabotage
a
it.
cup of tea.
Bless you guys. Lovely
right.
to see you.
Take care.
And be good.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye now. Bye bye. What a great guy. He's such a nice guy to have on. Matt was always this positive. Do you remember him?
Oh yes, of course.
So well
yes,
at
yes,
church.
I mean, both of them.
We ran house parties, didn't we?
Yes, but it's been great to see the way that Matt
God
has been
used
able
him,
to work so positively and so well in that church, and it would be well worth just tapping into some of his services.
So St
they're
Martin's
always
Finham. It's Finham.
St Martin's in the Field. Finham, I think.
St Martin's in the Field. That's what it is, isn't it? So St Martin's in the Field. And I think what we'll try and do is get some. We'll get some. If you're staying around, could you just give?
Hang on a minute. I think Claire's getting the link.
Claire, if you get the link, then we can put the link up for you, and people can, instead of watching rubbish on YouTube, you can actually go and watch that service filmed on no less than iPhones. How about that then? None of this.
I think what's fantastic is that out of all this adversity, some really good stuff has come. The churches have found a way of doing it.
Yeah.
And as Victoria pointed out, only the church buildings were closed.
Yes.
The church people, the real church, are still around and still
It's a matter
doing
of getting
things.
people back into those. See, what we were saying, we went to a service today, and I'm going to sing a song now about this. We went to a service today. It was quite shocking for us because we haven't been to a service for 2 years. But we went to see a retirement service of a guy around the corner from us here at Emmanuel Stoughton. Now, just to put a little advert in for us, on the 27th, mark this down, everybody. We're going to be putting this in the show, and we're going to be putting it on Facebook, and we're putting it out, and Sue's going to be doing the poster. We'll have a poster, the Unlocked. We're going to do the JV Unlocked
what he's trying to say is that we're doing a concert in Guildford at Emmanuel on the 27th of November.
So if you can get down here, if you are from the south and you'd like to come down, it's going to be a fun evening. That's what it's going to be about. It's about fun, stories, some music, some great music from some of the albums, and the new album, of course, because it'll be so much Christmas. We'll have a Christmas tree somewhere there, I promise you, and we'll be singing songs. We want to pack the place out.
But we went to this church service this morning, and we particularly went because the vicar, Frank, retired today. So from midday today, that was it. He's off out of there.
18 years in the same place.
But he's been such a consistent, steady, reliable, devoted man of God, and we have so appreciated him, as I know many people have, but we have
David
really
Hicks
appreciated we've really appreciated the fact that he would often just turn up on the doorstep and just say, how are you guys? And he would come in, he'd have a cup of tea, and he'd just chat with us and then pray with us at the end, and off he would go. And so we have so appreciated that. And the first hymn today was
the song that we chose for our wedding, actually, and that he chose for his wedding as well.
Yes.
And
Faithfulness, morning by
and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings are mine, 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Now, I know he's not listening, but for the ministry that he had for 18 years, dear Frank and Pippa, have a lovely retirement as you move down towards the advisors, and enjoy, and thank you for what you've done for so many people. So, now, give me that, and I'm going to do a little... That was a phone call. I'm getting a phone call from my doctor, my ex-doctor. Now, this is a little bit of fun, okay? And we got my boy, Daniel and Rose, and actually a little bit of Nick, but not much of Nick because he was too naughty and we couldn't ask any of the questions that he actually asked us. So 15 questions to get to know Sue.
Oh dear.
All right, here we go.
I haven't thought about these.
Now, are you ready?
No,
you don't have to
thought
think
about
about
them.
them. We don't know what they are.
Okay.
And here it is. This is to build a little picture of Sue. We've only got a few minutes. And I'm just
He's obviously forgotten that you're on air.
Yeah, they forgot. Well, they don't watch, do they? So, so I'm going to turn it off. There we go. And 15 questions, and it takes a little bit. Hopefully, you'll get to know a little bit about Sue.
I was
going to do it
so.
for me, but I don't think you want to know.
No, I think we all know about you.
If
darling.
you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Oh,
Quick.
the ability to help people to...
You do that anyway.
All right.
That
okay.
is your superpower.
All right,
now.
then. My superpower would be the ability to eat as much as I like without putting weight
That's
on.
not like it. Ability to eat and put no weight on.
Or particularly nice sweet things without putting weight
Best
on.
and worst purchases you've ever made?
Oh, the best one. Oh, I don't know.
What's the worst?
The worst. I don't know. I should have looked at these beforehand, shouldn't I?
No, I don't. You must. Right, I'll come back to that one.
Come back to it.
What would you have been called if you had been born the opposite sex?
Oh, right. I don't think my parents had another name. They had a pet name for me before I was born, and that was Aggie, I don't know why they called me as Aggie, but anyway, I don't know what they would have called me. I think they were so convinced I was going to be a girl.
Actually, even if you'd been a boy, they still would have called you Susan.
Yeah, I think so. Boy named Sue.
4. Who would you play in a movie about your life?
Or who would I ask to play?
Who would play you? Sorry, in a movie.
It would have to be someone very tall, wouldn't it?
I think it would be Pamela Anderson or something like that.
Jennifer Aniston or someone like that, yes. She's got the hair for it.
She's got the hair. What inanimate object would you eliminate from existence? That's pretty extreme, isn't it?
Yes, I did see something the other day that I thought, I don't understand the point of that at all.
And what was it?
And that was umbrellas for shoes.
Sorry?
This was a Japanese thing where they actually created umbrellas to go over shoes, which seems to me the biggest waste of time ever.
So that we've got that then. So you'd eliminate
umbrellas
for shoes.
Umbrellas for shoes.
Scone or scone?
Scone.
Why?
I don't know. Just always have.
Do you know what they said? They said, I imagine your audience will be more scone people.
Scone or scone?
I thought, what does that mean? They mean that people over 60...
I think, do you know, I think I change it. I think because I'm one of these people that wants to please everyone. Sometimes I say scone and sometimes I say scone.
Do you know, I don't know, I wouldn't know what.
You wouldn't know.
I'd just say, can I have that thing there? The one that looks fattening. Worst nickname you have ever been given?
Oh, I know that one.
Which is?
I was called Snobby.
And that's because of that little ski slope nose. That's why.
Ski slope nose. And I think also... I was at a school where they thought I'd spoke posh.
Sue, let's be honest.
I do speak posh.
You're a bit of home counties girl, aren't you? I am the most common person, but you are quite... As my father said, and he'd be watching this, when you married Sue, you married up.
Which we all know is completely true.
Sweet or savoury?
Sweet.
Please support with evidence.
Oh, sweet. I will always choose a sweet thing. I'm not so bothered about savoury things, but cake, chocolate, anything like that, that's mine.
Okay. What's the longest you've been without sleep and why?
I think that must have been our flights over to New Zealand. And
goodness,
on the way back, in particular, was very tough. Nick had picked up some particularly nasty virus, and so he was just being sick every half hour. And it started when we were in Hong Kong, so I didn't get any sleep the whole time we were in Hong Kong. And then the flight, he was still being sick every half hour. So that was
and I was
hours.
flying back. Do you remember I was going?
It felt like 36 hours.
That flight. Do you remember? I was flying back.
Yeah.
Going straight off to
Denmark. Denmark. Yeah. So
to do the Force of Destiny.
So thank you, Nick.
House. What's the longest? That one. If you could have one last meal, what would it be?
Oh, it'd have to be a roast.
Would it really?
Yeah. I do like a roast dinner.
You see, you surprised me.
Oh, he didn't know me very well at all, did he?
No, I didn't. This is like Mr. and Mrs., isn't it? But without the
without the prize
without
at the end.
without the embarrassment at the end going, what do you mean you didn't know what colour eyes I got? You know, there was those edgy moments with Mr. and Mrs., weren't there? They were going, what do you mean? You don't know what?
What is my eye colour?
Yeah, what is your eye colour?
You tell me.
Well,
I've asked that question.
It's greeny. I don't know what
they are difficult to identify.
Yes. Whereas mine are deep and dark and horrible.
Dark brown.
12. What was? Oh no. If you had a warning label, what would yours say? I quite like this, Anne. Thank you, Daniel and Rose, for this.
Yes, a warning label. I think. No, I should ask you that. I should ask you that. I should ask you that.
No, I'm asking you.
Okay. All right. No, I'm saying I should ask you what it should be with me. Not.
No. What would
my warning label?
Be your warning label?
Yes.
I can tell them what it'd be, but
yeah, I know that's the whole point.
No.
All right. Okay. Not very tidy.
Yes. Okay.
Not very tidy.
No, you're not.
I'm afraid.
You are a disaster.
I get easily distracted into doing other things, and tidying up is not my favourite thing.
And Jill and Andy out there, who are on holiday now, they said, we filled up all these black bags in the beginning of lockdown. We've got the house clear, and that was in the first 3 weeks. The study upstairs literally needs, but we've decided what we're doing for our children. I'm leaving my children the loft.
Well, you get it anyway.
Serves you right, boys. Early bird or night?
Okay, Fiona Richards has come up with a classic.
Which is?
My warning label is beware of the husband.
Yeah, thank you, Fiona. Don't you have somewhere to be? Shouldn't you be watching a programme or something?
Love it.
What was your favourite age and why?
My favourite age? I honestly think I've enjoyed every age.
Oh,
I do. I know that's so
such
boring.
a Sue thing,
but
isn't
actually, oh no, that's me. That's my warning label. she's very boring.
Yes, I'll go with that. You are very boring, but you've got lovely hair, all right, and you look very young, and you make me feel happy. So that's good. Early bird or night owl?
I am definitely an early bird. I often used to say I turn into a pumpkin gone 10 o'clock. So you're very lucky I stay up till 10.
Okay, if you ended up in prison, what would your friends and family think you'd done?
That one's easy.
Go on.
Killing my husband.
They'd know that. They'd know the blood on the... They wouldn't be able to get...
instantly.
She's finally done it.
She's finally done it. She's killed him.
Right. Which 3 people... The final question. Which 3 people, living or dead, would you invite to a dinner party and why?
That's quite hard because you sort of feel as if it...
Do not say Mandela.
Well, yes, it should be sort of worthy people, but I just feel that I would find that quite hard.
So who would you invite? Would you invite friends, close friends?
Yes, I would invite close friends.
Sally?
Yes, yeah, my dear Sally. Yeah, she looked after me when I came out of hospital, so
That's
Sally
one.
would have to be, yes.
Who else would it be? You don't know about it. Because then, if you say those 3 people, I'd just go for Mandela. I'd go for Mandela, Mandela's brother and Mandela's sister. And then you don't get into trouble.
Do I have to have you?
You see, and thereby hangs the tale, everybody. That's the kind of... Right. I'm going to sing this. When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care and nothing is going right, call my name out loud, and soon I'll be knocking at your door. We're gonna sing this just once. You ready? You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. Oh, darling.
You've got a friend.
Sweet darling.
You've got a friend.
My darling.
You've got a friend.
And this evening has all been about that, really.
Yes,
we tried to say to people, and even down to people far away in a church a long way ago. I mean, far away, or whatever it is. That one. They're all friends of this community, and being friends together is what we are about. It's about community. Remember, it's a faith and no faith. We do not judge at all how people would come in. Now, some of you don't have a faith, and you listen to a lot of the people talk about faith, and I hope it's not awkward. We've never apologised for it when we sing songs, and we love you being part of it and just being drawn into what is effectively an open community. And that's what we attempt to do every week, and that's what we attempt to do.
Well, it goes with what you were reading out from Lisa, doesn't it, about expressing kindness, and that kindness should not be just for people of the same persuasion as yourself. It should be for all people.
All people. So, just a few closing announcements, and then we're going to just...
yes.
Take some tablets.
Yes, indeed. So, the crowdfunder is the thing that is on our minds, so we will not forget that. Basically, yes, Rachel, you're quite right, that all the announcements and so on are going to be on the JV Live Tech UK site. So that's the website that you need to go to, chaps. Okay. If in doubt, go to www.jvlivetech.uk and everything will be there. So all the information about the crowdfunder, information about Matt's church, anything that we've talked about, any charities that we've talked about will all be on there. Claire works very hard at the end of a show and sort of gets it up to date and so on. So at some point, all that information will be there. Don't forget to think about when you're going to donate to the crowdfunder if you haven't done already, and the money will be taken out of your account straight away and held in a pot, and then if and when we get to the £10,000 at the end of the programme, then we receive the money to pay the bills that we've been running up. So if you have any questions about anything, you contact me, which is sue@jonathanvera.com. Oh, I'm sorry, Rachel, I'm going all over the place. So yes, if you want to get involved with the crowdfunder, you can find that at the JV Live UK crowdfunding bit. You just click on that and it'll take you through, and you can click on any of the pledges, or you can donate. If you do donate, rather than clicking on any of those pledges, please would you make sure you put in your email address and or your address, because I will need to know where to send your CD, because whoever gives us the money, any money, will get a CD, basically. You can see Jonathan on YouTube. Now, we are that close to reaching the 500 mark on our YouTube, so subscribers. So if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, why not? You need to. Just simply click on subscribe. And the more people we get subscribing to that, then apparently we get extra benefits in terms of what Rachel and Claire can do with that. So it
doesn't cost you anything.
Doesn't cost you anything.
Doesn't invade
it's completely free of charge. So please just click on that and subscribe to our channel, and then you can watch the music and that sort of thing. If you want to contact me, I'm sue@jonathanvera.com. We are going on holiday, but I'm taking my laptop with me, so I will hopefully be able to answer any of your questions. If you want to order anything, go to the website www.jonathanvera.com, and hopefully I will have taken the CDs with me in order to post. So I think that's all my notices. Very proud of our Claire, who made it into the newspaper this week, because she's made a wonderful
let's see the picture.
Calendar, and there she is. Look at her. She's in the newspaper for making this wonderful calendar. So we're very proud of our tech team, because not only do they do marvelous and wonderful things for us each week, but they've actually got these amazing jobs during the week where they work very, very hard doing all amazing things. The calendar is available to buy, so if you fancy a lovely calendar of the whole sort of Barrow Furness area, then who doesn't want one of those? So those are available from the Oxford Street Post Office, which is where Claire works with her mum. So just make sure that you can see that. And also Claire said that read the newspaper article about her in the Mail, and I'm sure she'll put a link to that again in the website. So I'm aware that we're ticking down to 10 o'clock, so I've probably said quite enough. And
this is for Chris Chivers. A little bit of this song, Chris, for you. I am nothing without you. I'm not ashamed to say, but sometimes still I doubt you along the way. I am nothing without you, an eagle without wings. If I forget about you, I lose everything. Ooh, my heart's an empty page. Oh, let your play begin. All my life's an empty page for you to color in your love. And I'll sing the whole of that song when Paul comes, and he's going to come into the studio in November 21st. We've got Richard Lennox on the 31st, a fabulous keyboard player, outstanding. You will be completely devastated by his playing.
Blown away.
Blown away. And he's coming into the studio and he's talking a little bit about autism as well, because he experiences and lives with autism. A great guy, and you're going to love hearing him. And Valerie Ing, who is his supporter and promotes him a lot, is just desperate for people to hear more of him, and I would love you to hear him. But we're going to go to this song, because I have to take tablets in about 5 minutes. And if I stop, it's because I have to take them at 10 o'clock. Here we go. Go peaceful in gentleness through the violence of these days. Give freely, show tenderness in all your ways.
Through darkness, in troubled times, let holiness be your aim. Seek wisdom, let faithfulness burn like a flame.
God speed you,
God lead you,
and keep you
wrapped around his heart. May you be known
by love.
Be righteous, speak truthfully in a world of greed and lies. Show kindness, see everyone through heaven's eyes.
God hold you and
Enfold you
and keep
you wrapped around his heart. May you be known
by love. God hold you
enfold you and keep you wrapped around his heart. May you be known
by love. And these last few minutes, can we just? Is there a target? Do we change the target?
No, I think we still aim for the 10,000.
No, I don't have a target. I mean,
oh right,
the
I don't know
amount.
if it's changed since the last one. I think we have a
7. There we are. Look at that, people. By 223. Thank you so much. I'm taking my tablets in the meantime. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 of mycophenolate. Because I had to stop doing the show the other day, doing
Yes.
it. And here it is. It doesn't matter if it's slightly early, but it can't be late. There we go. 58, 2 minutes early. Cheers.
And thank you. Can I just say a huge thank you to those of you who've already donated to the crowdfunding. It's just extraordinary. We can't believe it again that people have been so kind, and it will be a wonderful product at the end. But we are just so grateful because we can't do it. We couldn't do it without you.
Don't have the money.
So we are just so blessed and thankful, and we do love you all very much. You are all our family. So thank you.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you and give you his peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you Join me now. The Lord bless you and keep. Sing it with me. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and be gracious to you. And be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord turn his face. The Lord turn his face toward you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and be gracious to you, and be gracious to you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine on you. The Lord bless you and keep you, and give you his peace, and give you his peace. We thank the Zoom guests tonight, Stuart, Jill, Judy and Chris, and Matt Taylor and Sanj. And we pray for them as they travel out in their caravan, that no high winds will befall them. Bless you all. We won't see you next week. We'll see you the week after for the special guest, Bryn Howarth, where we'll be very close to the target for the crowdfunder, and we'll be able to pay everybody. And bless you. God bless you. Have a lovely couple of weeks. And you may even see me on Facebook Live. Ooh. God bless you. Be good. And I'm off to the hospital in a minute. Bye-bye.